Welcome to another episode of Your Voice Matters. Hello, you all. Happy Sunday and happy July 2nd. And we're in the summer. I was at church today and it was kind of heated outside, but funny thing is, it's all God. Everything is about Him. It's not about us, and we have to know that. And today's show is going to be about the Senate Bill 1718, and it's going to be about the immigration bill that started yesterday. It went into effect yesterday. My name is Viv Cunningham, and I'm with Preferred Real Estate Brokers, selling the American Dream here in Central Florida. So today I have my girl Beverly on here. We're going to do a chit chat, and then I have Neville in the listening mood. So we're just going to talk about the bill. It kind of hurt me, just to read it and go through it about, the immigrants, which is what makes up our country. What makes up our country is immigrants, whether they are legal or whether they are illegal or
Undocumented.
yeah. They were all one people, and they're all God's people. So I was talking to someone at church today. They feel a different way we feel, because of course, a lot of people are born in the United States, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about hiding and things like that. But me being in the housing sector is what I see it, and I already start to see it. What's going on? Where the work is slowing down. You don't see a lot of people working out there anymore. Talking to people that's inside the hospital, you don't see a lot of people coming in anymore for help or anything like that. Because of course, when you get to the hospital nowadays, what they want is they want to see if you're undocumented or you're legal, you're citizens or whatever it is. You have your green card, whatever it is that you have. You're going to need to be documented, because that the hospital will need to send a report to the governor either quarterly or once a month or something like that. But today about the bill 1718, just remember to read it yourself. Read it yourself and understand it and see what part of it plays effect. And then the entire bill, just about, if you think about it, the entire bill is going to affect all of us. Because in Florida, if there's no one picking the fruits, if there's no one reaping the crop, it's gonna be just sitting there. And we talked about a famine in the land. Things are going to be expensive because it's going to be hard to come by, because it's sitting out in the field probably rotting. And we that don't want to do that job, the undocumented are always the one that's doing that job, and we have to know that. So I talk about amnesty. I remember in Reagan in the 80s, President Reagan called amnesty. And it was so cool that he called amnesty. And about 1982, after he called amnesty, people were able to come out, and I think it was almost 3 million people came out from hiding. It was 2.9 million that came out from hiding, where they were able to get their green cards and live a good life. And then right now we have at Disney, we have that Dreamers. If you're undocumented and you had the child in the United States, now the family's been split up, where they want to send them back home and stuff like that. But people who are, with me, for people who are bad, if you do something wrong, if you're undocumented and you do something bad, I'm a person, send you back home, go back to your country.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But the people who are holding their head down, working, and they're working hard, I think that they should be, there should be something, because they're working hard and they're not getting in trouble. Because me being original from Jamaica, where if you get in trouble here, you serve your time in jail or whatever it is, they send you back home. And what they normally call that, they usually call that deportee. And then usually when they go back to the country that they come from, a lot of them are the ones that, they create issues and stuff like that. But Beverly, I know that some of the parts that you read inside this bill, what are some of the parts that you read in the bill that concerns to you, this bill
Uh,
1718?
the part what you're talking about, hospitals, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people going to die
Yeah.
because when they are sick and they cannot go to the hospital now because the hospital is going to turn them in. and it's not that the hospital want to do it,
Right.
but it's the law. They will get in trouble and be fined if they don't do it.
Correct.
So, I just feel for those people. Another thing again, with, say, for example, I know this person, and this person asked me to take him to the grocery store. And he is undocumented. I don't know.
Exactly.
I asked him. If the cops stop us and ask, where's your document? I can show mine. He can't show any document. So what's going to happen to both of us? I'm going to jail. He's going to jail.
You might go to jail, and he might go to jail, but for that, yeah, for that, I said that they're going to be, that's why I said they need to know their rights, and they also need to know that they need to say, I want to speak to my attorney.
Yes.
And not by answering, because they, a lot of people will get in trouble from this, for hiring. And right now they already had it passed where if you hire an undocumented, person, that, you're going to be fined, and you're already going to be in trouble.
Right.
But you don't know your surrounding. You don't know who's around you, people are afraid. People are afraid. But that's why I want people to make sure that they're reading the bill and they're understanding it, because a lot of people still don't know about it. And I really wasn't paying attention to it until my attorney friend, Bridget Bennett, she spoke to us at the Caribbean American Association last week, Saturday. And she, because she being an immigration attorney, she had lots of concern about it. So, that's when I started taking it up. And that's when, because with me, I am usually fighting for housing. I'm fighting for insurance. Yeah. I'm fighting for clean water. I'm fighting for HOA. I'm fighting for, making sure that, insurance, things like that I'm fighting for. So I wasn't really paying attention to this bill until she actually brought it to my attention. To says that, what's in the bill, it's alarming. It's really, it's alarming, and people are not taking it serious, realizing that, when you get arrested now, when you go into jail, regardless, they will collect a sample of your DNA. They're going to have a sample of your DNA there. And for any detainee, so that's why I said, all these things are going to go on, even if it's something simple. Is going to go on for the hospital, for the employees. And I'm finding that everything work is being slowed down. People are complaining that they can't find workers, and the people who are here are not necessarily people that actually wants to work. A lot of people that, that are legal, they might be citizen. A lot of them don't want to work.
Nobody
some of them
wants to go in the field and work.
Right. They might want to collect they might want to say if they elect to collect Social Security early, or Medicaid, or if not, live on food stamp or live on government help or something like that. A lot of people, tend to elect with these people, these immigrant that comes in the United States, a lot of them are workers. I remember in the I think it was in the 80s, they used to make joke about the Jamaican, where we usually have 2 and 3 jobs, because that's what we have to do to make ends meet. We have to go out there and do 1, 2, 3 jobs just in order to make ends meet. And then you might leave somebody back home, your children back home, where you have to send money to them. So then therefore you got to make sure that you're paying your bills. In the United States, you can never be debt free. Okay. There's always something where there's bills that's coming in, even if you pay off your house and you pay off whatever credit cards that you have, but there's always bills. In Jamaica, you don't have the bills like that. You might have your taxes that you pay. You pay your taxes once a year, and usually, I remember we used to send $52 or something like that back home for my grandmother to pay her taxes for her house. Over here is thousands of dollars for you to pay your taxes, but there's so much going on, with this bill. So people have to, we're just I think there's gonna be hard times that's gonna come to Florida. With all the big changes that is going on, the fight against Disney, the fight against immigrant, and knowing that, immigrants is what makes up the United States. Okay.
Another thing that concerns me, Viv, is the housing. For example, if you want a roof on your house and you call a roofer, who you see on top of the house
Yep.
putting on the roof? Immigrants.
The immigrants.
And most of them are undocumented. Some
Yeah.
of them don't speak a word of English, but most of them are very skilled workers. Only that they don't have the piece of paper in their hand.
That's right.
So if you're putting on a roof on your house, you have to wait now. You
Yes.
have to wait a long time, and the prices are
Our
escalating.
sky high.
You
I have new construction that's going on right
The
now, and
deepest
I get an
I
updated
do.
every week, and then they're telling me,
Mhm.
hey, the electrical cannot be put in the ground because we have to wait on for somebody to finish down
After the
there before
roof
they're able to
goes
come up
on,
here. So it's slowing things down. So they're talking about shortage of houses. We're really gonna have a shortage of houses now. You know,
yes,
and shortage of everything.
and the price is going to go through the roof
You know, but
because they don't have that cheap labor anymore.
but I just say, whenever
So
you're
the
voting for
price is going to
somebody,
go through the
let me
roof.
put this out there. Whenever you're voting for somebody, be careful of who you're voting for. Okay. You need a
Exactly.
you need to, a lot of times these people that you're voting for and put you in office, they turn around and turn back on you.
Mhm. And that's
So
what
be careful of who you vote for. They complain.
happening.
I'm an independent voter, so it doesn't matter. I'm not a Democrat and I'm
Mhm.
not a Republican. I'm an independent voter. Okay, because nobody can't tell me who I should vote for. I'm gonna do the research and see who it is that I'm supposed to vote for. If you're a Republican and you're gonna do right by me or something like that, then I might. If you're a Democrat and you're gonna do right by me, then I might. But you know what? I've always registered as independent, so you can't tell me what to do. So you know what? I probably get more mails. Okay, more mails in my mailbox and more calls
Yeah.
because I'm independent because they don't know which way I'm going to vote.
And as to food prices like produce, because the immigrants, undocumented immigrants, help to plant the produce and they help to reap it.
Yes.
So later on, when you look into the supermarket, you won't find anything much.
Yeah,
And
they're
the
going to have
asking
empty shelves.
price is through the roof.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of empty
So
shelves out there.
it's going to hurt all of us.
It's going to hurt all of us. Yeah, not just the people who are undocumented. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt everyone. It's going to hurt Florida itself.
Everyone.
Okay, it's going to hurt Florida. So all these people that are
Yes.
moving into Florida, they're going to find out that it's harder. With me, I eat mostly vegetable now. So I guess
You have to start planting your own, baby.
We have to start planting our own vegetable in our backyard. And reap it up because of what's going on. And a lot of people don't know about it. And we're here talking about today the Senate Bill 1718. Make sure you educate yourself about it. Make sure you understand it. Make sure you always have an attorney if you're undocumented, whatever, illegal. Make sure you always have an attorney that you can reach out to, that you can always, and they can always help you. There's stuff that's going on, but if you see something, you report it. If somebody is harassing you, make sure you report it, because if you're not reporting this, then nobody knows about it. Okay, and nobody, and there's no bills that can go. There's no cases that can go filed if someone don't know about it. So you got to make sure that it's cracking down on you smuggling illegal alien across the border or anything like that. They're talking about it would be a third-degree felony if they caught you smuggling undocumented area. That means they're gonna throw you in jail.
If you have one in your house, they throw you in jail too.
They're gonna throw you in jail, so you got to be careful. That means you got to make sure every time you see someone, you have to make sure that they're in your car, they're in your vehicle, or something like that. You have to make sure that you have to ask them. Hey, are you legal in the country? And then that don't mean they're gonna tell you the truth, because you don't really know that.
Exactly. You have to say, "Show me documents," because
it's almost like exactly. Show me the documents. Show me the money. Show me the documents. Yes. So it is very alarming. So that's why I want to make sure that people understand it, and if you don't understand it, have somebody that understand the bill itself explain it to you. about what is going on, because most people didn't know that it was coming out. Some people knew about it, but some people didn't know about it, you know. But then I was talking to people today, and they were telling me, yeah, they need to secure the border. Yes, you need to secure the border. Okay, the
Yeah, I
border
do
needs
agree
to be
with that.
secured. But the people who are already here already,
We're
that hate
here.
themselves, okay, call amnesty. Okay, and some people
Exactly.
still are not going to come out, but you know, I'm hoping if something like that happened and they call amnesty, that the people will come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
Because
because
they
it because
want
you know,
to
and
be
take a chance,
documented.
you know,
They
and
want to
take a
be
chance.
documented.
Yeah, you know, and take a
So,
chance. So it's not like, say, some of them can go back to their country. So if you, the thing is, if you caught here and you send them back to the country, their country, and there's nobody there. I mean, you know, it's so hard whenever you go back to your country. It's just like if you came over here and you cannot find your I-90, what it that they stamp in your passport, you know, then you know you're in trouble. You know,
mhm,
you know, when you file your documents over here, they send you back home to Jamaica. You know, I don't know about other countries, but they send you back home to Jamaica to collect the
mhm,
documents there. You know, and then therefore they might keep you out there a while, depending on if you're married to a United States citizen,
mhm.
or whatever. But you know, to go to for somebody to pick you up and send you back to your country, you might be here 30 years, and then all of a sudden somebody send you back to your country is like, what are you going back to?
And you can't come back. You
What are you?
establish yourself here,
Yeah,
and then they send you back, and you can't come back.
yeah, what are you going back to?
I know.
You
Even the
know,
people you know, some of them die.
that's why I
Uh,
said exactly, because a lot of people might die off, and then you just all of a sudden you're going back home, and
mhm,
you have nothing. You're just going back home. It's just like with the
yeah.
dreamers, where they said they were there, they were going to send them back home, or even if the people. Okay, so let's say you're undocumented in the United States, and then you had a baby here, and then the baby's a United States citizen. You send that child back home. Okay, you send that child back home. You send the mother back home. You send that child back home. Okay, because
But
their mother was undocumented. They're not legal.
according to what the law said, that if you come here pregnant, that child will not be an American. If you come here pregnant with that child and you have the child here. So you have to be pregnant here for that child to be an American. That's what I think I read it in the, yeah, I read it in the, where Mr. DeSantis saying that, that child cannot take on American citizenship because because what he's saying, pregnant women just come here
To have the baby.
to have their babies.
Right.
And so the way he's looking at it is not where you were born. It seems as if he's looking at it as where you were conceived, not where you were born to take on citizenship. I think they are taking a page out of what's this country? A Caribbean country. I forgot the name. Not Bahamas.
Cuba.
No, not Cuba.
Mm.
Where it's in my tip of my tongue and I can't say it. But for example, Jamaicans go there, get pregnant there, have their baby there. They cannot take on citizenship there. They take on the Jamaican citizenship. I know someone right now, Colin and Shellyan's child was born there. That child is not a citizen there, the citizen from in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
because Cayman, they
Okay.
were not Caymanians, they were Jamaicans, even though because they went to Cayman to work in the hotels. But she pregnant there, got pregnant there, have her baby there, and yet you can't be a citizen.
Well, I mean,
They
each
didn't go
country has
there
their own
illegally to
regulations, so
work.
you got to
They
understand that.
work, they work there legally on work permit. And you have your child there and you can't be a citizen.
Well, I mean, if that's their
That's
regulation, that's their regulation. It's not nothing that you can change. So
right. So what I'm saying is DeSantis is adopting that kind of situation on women.
Obama had called for a bill to address the growth on the population, and but with everybody fighting against him, that wasn't passed. It was all about building the wall, and it was not calling amnesty. It was not about it was very difficult for him to get anything done while he was in office. But he the thing is, it's like get back to the thing about the building the wall, stopping people from coming across. Yes, you need to stop people from coming across because they just can't pile up in the United States like that. But just like I said, the ones that are already here already, they got across. Okay, they made it. They're working. Okay, they're not causing any trouble. Okay, find them, call amnesty for them to come out. If they give them a chance, and if they don't want to come out, they're on their own. Okay. But when Obama was in office, yeah, he was working on that bill. But no one is going to support that because a lot of people was not backing him. Okay, they were not backing him. It was just about it was just about the border, securing the border. But you talk about securing the border, you still weren't securing the border because people were still coming here. Okay.
Right.
People were still coming here, so then you needed to figure out another way because one way or another they were still coming into the United States. So even though that wall that they said that so much money was spent for that wall, people are starving in the United States, but you're spending money on things that you're not supposed to be spending money on, like building a wall like that. I understand build a wall. Yes, I understand build a wall because just like we said, everybody can't just be flooded in the United States like that because that's not the way it works.
Yeah, but in the past,
what I'm talking about is who's already here already. Prevent the ones that are not here from coming in. Yes.
In the past administration, where all that money was slotted to build the wall's still not done.
Yes,
but
exactly.
the money get in other people's pockets.
Yeah, exactly. The wall is still not done. But
right.
it was just making sure. Okay, we need money inside this whatever this debt ceiling that they have to put money in and build that wall.
Other people's pocket, and not building the wall. So they need more checks and balances as to when an amount is slotted for certain project.
It should be only go for that project.
Project is funded by the money that is slotted for it, and that's what I cannot understand.
I heard somebody was talking at church then. He was just joking. And he says that telling one of the little boy that was there, go out and work so you can put money in so I can get Social Security when I retire. That was just so funny, but it is so true. The Social Security money, should be for the Social Security. They keep talking about Social Security is gonna go broke. So what? Everybody's gonna stop working. Okay, because you take the money out of Social Security to allocate it to other places that you're supposed to be. Okay, it's just like the money being for down payment assistance. Okay, the money for down payment assistance should stay in down payment assistance. We had to fight the other day where the Sandusky fund, where the government wanted to take some of the money out of that down payment money, to put it into something else. Okay, so we as realtors, we put this money aside for when people need housing, when they need work on their house. We put that money aside in order for them to be able to get that money when they need that money, not for it to be mixed into the general fund, because that's not what it's there for. A certain amount is taken out of the doc stamp and put aside. So when somebody needs a house, down payment assistance, Orange County right now is giving $50,000 up to 50, and they have the hometown program that's coming out, that's already out, and now it's for everyone, which is okay. I'm going to be talking about that next week, so I'm going to try and get a lender on to talk about it. So what happened is you get that hometown heroes loan, and they give you 5% of the loan amount. So that will be for your down payment, but they put in money, taking money out of something. It's just like with the school board. If the school board says, okay, all this money right here is for the buses, it only should be for the buses. You don't use it for something else.
Right.
Okay. A lot of these people, you elect these people and you put them in office, and they say they tell you they're going to do this, but a lot of them, one person can't do everything, but they can try. But you elect them in office, and they go, berserk over you. They don't do what they're going to do.
If the money is budgeted for a project, that project should be funded with that money.
That's it.
It should be funded
and then there should be projects to stop. The project should stop once the money runs out. The project should actually stop. Okay, just like how you go and you see somebody's house. If the money runs out in Jamaica, the money runs out, they stop it. They build the house one block at a time. So okay, so you buy 100 blocks and you work on that. So when there's no money, then the house stops, and then when you get more money again, then the house starts again. It should be the same way. But America, all it is, it's you keep raising the debt ceiling, more and more and more. Every year you keep raising the debt ceiling. Okay, so get this budget under control. Okay, stop spending where you're not supposed to be spending. Okay, like spending money building a wall that you say is not working. Now now we're cracking down on immigrants, because they're undocumented or something like that, or they're still coming into the country, but yet you say there's a wall that's being built to keep them out, but yet the wall is not keeping them out. So if you build this wall,
the thing about it too, most of those undocumented workers, they are building the economy because they pay their taxes. A lot of them pay their taxes, even though they don't have paperwork. They pay taxes. So they are building the economy too. It's not like they're taking.
And that's why I said if they're paying their taxes and they're behaving themselves, okay, and they're not getting in trouble, then I'm fine with that. But the ones that are getting in trouble, I said take them and then deport them back home. Okay, because you come to work and get in trouble.
Just like even if you have your green card and you're a troublemaker,
they send you back home.
They send you back home.
They send you back home. Exactly. So it's the same thing with this bill. If they're not behaving themselves, send them back home. But just don't paralyze the state because of all of what's going on. Don't paralyze the state, because right now the state is going to be paralyzed. It's not paralyzed yet because the bill just went into effect, yesterday. But eventually it's going to be paralyzed with all of this, stuff going on where you can't find enough workers to do the work. And then people think that it's just only hurting the undocumented person, but it's also going to be hurting the regular people, because just like I said, this state, United States of America, is made up of immigrants. Okay.
Oh yes, of course.
Even though you were a citizen and you were born here, don't forget you got to remember where your ancestor came from. Okay.
The only people who are Americans
are the Indians. Okay.
Indians.
And then they throw them off their land and took over the land.
Are immigrants. We come here and we enjoy what America has to offer. So allow somebody else too. Because every one of those, or let's rephrase that, most of those undocumented workers, they work hard. They leave their country because they want to make their lives better. And when they come here, they work hard. They work hard to send back something to their people here. But in the meantime, they are building America too, because they are building the economy because through work, they're not sitting down and waiting on somebody to give them something. They go out there and they work
And those
hard.
are the hardest
Because,
working people that,
yes,
that come from a different country that are undocumented. Those are the hardest working people. If they
hardest
work right,
working
they can't get
people.
anything. Can't get nothing for free.
Because they know there's no handout for them.
No.
So they have to work. They have to work. And what I don't like what they're doing, those people pay their taxes, most of them. I wouldn't say all, because some work on the table. But some of them, somehow, some of them get Social Security card. I don't know how they get it, but some do
Well,
get it.
some of them come in, because they have a many different bills and stuff like that.
Yes.
EB-5, different bills that comes
Yes.
in, and then you're able to get a work visa, or you're able to get a work, something, to say you're allowed to work or something like that. But they dictate that. But at least you're able to work when you get those papers.
So now, as I see it, employers who need those kind of workers, they have to import those workers here to do the job. Say, for example, the housing, the builders have to import some of those workers.
Right.
Apply for working visa for them. Apply for Social Security, that they can pay their Social Security, pay their tax. So it's harder for the employers too, because they cannot just pick them up. They have to go through the legal system.
There's plenty of things that they have to do.
Right. That takes time.
Yeah, plenty of things that they have to do. Yeah, in order, so but it just go back, everyone paying taxes and getting themselves, right in the United States. But some way, a lot of time when you come to the United States is nowadays, you used to be able to marry someone, you okay, Stella got her groove back, and you go to Jamaica and you marry someone out there, and then you file for them and they come over here. But some of the people who are here, is like they're stuck, they can't do anything, they're overstay their welcome. And then if they do file their paper eventually, they're probably going to send them back home, go back to pick up their documents and things like that. So they get scared. But I would say call an attorney. Okay, call an attorney. Okay, if you're here illegally, you're listening to this, call an attorney. Ask the attorney, what is your option? What kind of options do you have? Okay, because you know what, if you can't go to the hospital and get treatment, you're gonna die at home. Okay, because you have to report it that you go to the hospital. You're gonna be sick, and you can't. I saw a lot of them are just die off like that because they're not able to go to the hospital to get treatment.
And what I'm thinking about too is people who are here, they have a Social Security card, but they don't have that immigration card. And they used to go to the hospital, get treatment, or go to the clinic, get treatment. I can't go back because now I go back, they have to show paper. Everybody have to show papers.
Exactly.
So what's going to happen to those people?
And that's why I said a lot of people are not gonna. They're just not gonna go, because now that and then it's not the hospital fault, because the hospital,
it's not their fault.
They have to do a report, so it's not going to be their fault.
Yeah, they have to follow the law, because if they don't, they'll be fine.
And the same thing with the employees; they have to follow the law as well. They can't break the law, because they will be thrown in jail.
Even if you're a healthcare worker or you're a domestic worker, now your employer going to ask you for documents.
Yep, everybody's going to be asked for documents.
They want to protect themselves, even if you live in a rental property.
Yeah,
they're going to ask you.
Yeah, exactly. So
because
all of that.
Themselves.
all of that. Yep, you're gonna have to, whether you're in a rental, whether you're hospital, whether you're
Mhm.
working, they're gonna ask for document, because and then these people are gonna be afraid to hire these people, because
Mhm.
they know that they're gonna get in trouble, they lose their business, they're gonna go in jail, they go to
Mhm.
jail for it. So there's just going to be a lot of stuff that's going to go on. So I just said, people who are out there and you're listening to this, you see this, I would say just make sure you have an attorney, immigration attorney on speed dial. Make sure you're able to get in touch with them, because you got to know your law and know your rights. For
Yeah.
this law, you got to know your right. When you can answer, when you should answer questions, and when you shouldn't. Okay. When you says, hey, I want to talk to my attorney. I'm going to plead the fifth, and I want to talk to my attorney.
You're right.
So that's important. But that's what we were here talking about today. I thought this was important, and I wanted to make sure I get that out there, because me being in real estate, just like I said, until my friend attorney Bridget Bennett, if you're looking for an attorney, she's out there, but and she will guide you good, because she's been doing immigration now. Immigration is our main concern and our main thing, and she's located in Groveland, Florida. So if you're looking to reach out to an attorney, reach out to her. You can look her up online and find her information. It's not hard to find. She also owns the Reggae Cafe, and she owns the All Nation building that's in Groveland, Florida, right off of Main Street there. So she's an immigration attorney. If you're looking for some help or have some questions or something like that, she'd be happy to answer any question that you may have, because this is her main concern. Our main concern is immigration. She was originally
Mhm.
born in Jamaica, but she came over here and she studied.
Yes.
She studied the immigration law, and she sits
Mhm.
in it. She knows it, and she knows it's well. So reach out to
Yeah.
her if you're looking for any more information on this. But she brought it to my attention at a meeting, and I just know that it was a concern, because if I didn't know about it, and I'm always talking about the housing sector, I'm sure a lot of people doesn't know about it. And even when I mention it this week to people, a lot of people didn't understand it. And then when I do mention it to the people that are actually here in the United States and they're a citizen, they don't really care. Okay, they're saying
Mhm.
that, yeah, we want to keep out all the illegal aliens and stuff like that. We want to I understand, secure the border, yes. Okay, but whosoever is already here, we need to take care of the people who's already here. But of course, we need to secure that border. That border need to be secured. Not anybody just can come into the United States like that. I understand that. Okay,
Right.
not anybody, but the border needs to be secured. But the people who are here, don't make it so difficult for them to go work. Okay, if they're not causing any trouble, call Amnesty, making sure that they get documented. Because they're the people that build America. They're the people that support America. They're the
That's
people that
right.
moving America forward. Okay.
Mhm.
Any last saying, Beverly, before we end this conversation?
All I'm saying that these people who make this law, because this takes a long time. It goes to one department and they review it. It goes back and it goes back and forth, probably about 6 or 7 times or somewhere there.
But
How did these people
but do
all
you
agree
do
on
you
all this?
all of these things, all of a sudden these things are voted
Oh,
on behind the scene, and then it just comes out and it just pass. It just comes out and it pass. All these
no,
things
it
that
has
sit
to
down
go
at the
through.
table, and I don't know, I really think that it should be something that the citizens vote on. Okay, it shouldn't be
Yeah,
just something that
something like this
on
should
a
be
sudden it's sprung
voted in
out,
the Senate and
and it
voted
becomes law. It
in
becomes law.
Congress.
Okay, this needed to be the Florida people. This should have went on the ballot, and people should have voted on it.
Yeah, we should have voted on
And
this.
and,
We
and
should
if the
have
people said yes, if the
put it
people
on
if,
the
if, if
ballot.
the people voted on it and they said yes, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
be it. They voted on it, and everybody agreed on it, but not just something that just all of a sudden it just sprung on you. Somebody comes up with this bill and it's sprung on you, and it's law.
But with everything, all these sidebars that uh, this attract, this bill attract, how come? all these people agree on this.
Yeah, that's what I said exactly. You know, exactly. All of a sudden, it's just voted into law and it's done. It's done. It's
Yeah.
voted into law and that's it. Okay, nobody has a say of saying, and
Nobody think about
nobody has
the
a say. The citizen
ramifications.
didn't have a say. They didn't speak about it. You know,
How it's
it's
going
just
to
there.
affect people, how it's going to affect the economy at
Right.
large.
You know, because
Nobody think about
nobody
that.
thought about that. You know, it'll shut down Florida because you know that we're built on that. That's
That
what
is, a
that's
lot
what
of
makes us
people
eat. That's what
want to come
make us
here.
live in houses that we say we have such a shortage of houses.
Yeah. And then the people won't want to come here because, everything will be expensive. Food will be expensive. The shelves will be empty, almost, for produce, fruits, vegetables. Who want to pick the oranges?
That's it. That's what I
They're
said.
going to
That's
throw on the tree and rotten, or they're going
hmm
to cut all down to build houses. But who going to build the houses? Because some of those immigrants are very skilled workers.
they are, and that's who builds most of our houses. You know, when
So
you
who's
go
going
out,
to do it?
I did a little video this week here. I was in East Orlando, and you know, those guys are out there on the roof working very hard and working, and I mean they're working, you know, and they're building those houses,
Yeah.
you know. So
So it affects all of us.
all of us, a lot of people think it's not going to affect them, but it affects everyone. You
All
know,
of us.
a person who's a roofer and they might say somebody from another country is coming and taking over their job, but you know, then all of a sudden you're tired because you have
Guess
so many
what?
roofs that you have to do. Okay, right now I have a house on the contract, and and I wanted to close the house in 2 weeks. Okay, and they told me they can't close for 3 weeks because the roof has to be put on because they're waiting on the roof to be put on. You know, and
And probably the roof is not going to be put on in 3 weeks. They may
yeah, well,
come back and do that.
right, yeah, right. You know, so we never know, but
Everybody to put
that's
it on.
that's the estimated time, 3 weeks right now. So you never
Mhm.
know what's going to come back, what's going to happen. So, well, folks, that's where we are right now. You know, talking about the bill
Mhm.
718 that went in effect July 1st, which was
July
yesterday.
1st.
So, you know, July 1st, which was yesterday. So just make sure that you know your right, know your law, contact your attorney, find out what is right, what is wrong. If you are undocumented in the United States, you know, make sure you protect yourself, protect your family, and I would say, may God be with you. You know,
Oh,
for
yes. May God
may
be with them.
may they be with you. So, but letting you
Mhm.
know, and I'm just letting you know, educated, because it kind of disturbed me. So I wanted to talk about that this week.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's going to be a great day. Just keep moving forward. God is in
Mhm.
control of everything. You never know when, you know, live your best life. You never know when it's your last. It's always your best life. Live your best life.
Oh,
Wake up
yes.
and live
Absolutely.
and live joyful. Live joyful. Okay.
Mhm.
Don't forget, we have the home buyers class that is going on. It's going to be going on the first week in July. It's going to be starting next week, the next Wednesday,
Well,
next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if you're looking to
mhm.
take the home buyers class, and then we also going to be talking about the Hometown Heroes program, where you can get 5% back of the loan
Mhm.
amount. If you're looking to buy a house, it'll be a great time to buy a house. You know, where you're able to get some help, and you don't have to take a lot of money out of your pocket compared to renting. Okay, so we look forward to you connecting with us. If you have any questions, you know, let us know. Remember to like, comment, and share. We look forward to
I
connecting.
want to be on that podcast because I have some questions.
Say that again.
I want to be on that podcast. I have some questions.
Okay, well, hopefully you get them answered. I was trying to see if I can get a lender on for next week, but make it
Mhm.
a have an awesome Sunday. Make it a great rest of your day. And I thank you
Okay.
all that has been listening in. I thank you all. I thank you for any comments that you sent in. I thank you for your comments, and you know, hopefully this was an help to you. And Beverly asked a lot of questions. We're glad to have Beverly on. About we were here talking about the bill that went in effect yesterday, and it's the bill, Senate Bill 1718. So we look forward to seeing you next time on Make It Your Voice Matters. Thank you for listening. See you on the next episode of Your Voice Matters.